Talk to y'all today about the difference in a long fletching versus a short fletching. So the question arises, which one is better? Well, honestly, it depends on what kind of broadhead you're shooting and how far you want to shoot. We're going to start with this 2.25 tack driver for starters. This is going to be a fletching that we pretty much use more than any other fletching because it's kind of a good happy medium. Yes, there are shorter ones, but we have found that this one right here seems to work best with just about any broadhead, save for your big bulky fixed heads. And I'm not saying you can't run these on your big bulky fixed heads, but if you've had any kind of tuning issues or flight issues, you probably need to check out your fletchings because they don't have enough steering capability. So one of the reasons why we typically go with the 2.25 tack drivers is because majority of our customers are running a mechanical broadhead, or they're running a 100, maybe even 125 grain fixed head that's not, got big wings on it for blades, and the 2.25 tack driver steers those fine. Two other main perks about this particular fletching is being shorter. It's going to be less GPI on the back end, which means it's going to give you a little bit more FOC if that's your thing. And it's also got a short, sleek profile, which is going to give you more fletching clearance so you can shoot further distances. But let's just say you're running a big bulky broadhead, but you do want a lot of fletching clearance. You can run these in a 4-fletch to make up for the lack of steering on the back end, because that 4-fletch is going to help steer the back of your broadhead, back of your arrow, so that the front of your broadhead doesn't swivel everywhere. Or you could just save yourself 25% of your life and just go with a longer fletching, which would be a 3-inch or a 3.5-inch, which is going to help steer your broadhead just as good, in my opinion. Having a longer fletching that goes further down the arrow shaft is going to catch more wind, which is going to help spin the arrow better, which is also going to help steer the arrow better when you have those big bulky broadheads on the front. And if you want to be a little bit extra in a hunting scenario, you can run these in a 4-fletch as well, just because I guess you can and you want to and it looks cool. But overall, if you just run a 3.5 on the back end with your fixed head, you shouldn't have any steering issues. So then the question arises, what are you shooting, and are you having any flight issues out of your fixed broadheads? Because if you are, you might want to look at the other end of the arrow to see what you got going on down there. But if you're running a mechanical broadhead that truly flies like your field tip, just throw some 2.25 tack drivers on the back of it and call it a day.